Now to create the service connections, you will log into your dev.azure.com account, and after the organization you select the project. Once you have selected the project wherever you are working, you can go to the project setting is there, because we are going to create the service connection at the project level. So I'm selecting the project setting, and under the project settings, if you scroll down, then you will see the settings are there. So under the settings you have the service connections. So click on the service connection, and here you will see all the service connections. The service connection means the integration between the two applications, how they are going to connect it to each other. Now we want to connect our Tomcat machine to the Azure DevOps. So for that I'm going to create a new service connection, and this service connections I will use the SSH, and the SSH will give me a way to connect with my Tomcat machine, and then I'm going to select the SSH and the service connection type and then select next. Now here you need to provide the host name. So you can see the host name or the IP address of the remote machine. So this EC2 instance is our remote machines where our Tomcat server is set up and this is running. So I need to take the IP address. So I will take the public IP address of this machine, come to your Azure service connection and provide the IP address type. Now the port number will be the 22, because you remember when we are creating the EC2 instance, that time we have set up the security groups. And under the security groups, we have the one inbound rule, and that is saying the SSH. And this inbound rule is running on the 22 port number. So wherever your SSH is running, this is the port number 22. So you keep the port number 22. Now the private key. You have downloaded the private key for this machine. If you don't know, then you can go to the machine, and for these machines you can see the private key name. So this was your private key name, Azure DevOps key. So you need to provide the same key here. So to upload the same key, you click on the upload, then browse and go to your keys folder. So we have created the keys folder. In that we have the Azure DevOps key .pem file. Open this file and say OK. Now this private key is set up here. Now the username and the password. So username, you provide the default username is the EC2-user, and the password will be the blank. It will be the optional because we have selected the authentication type is the SSH key. So we have selected this one, and this will be your first username and then the service connection name. So I will say the Tomcat service connection for Azure Pipeline. Tomcat service connection for Azure Pipeline. So we have selected this service connection name. You can select your own service connection name, and the description will be the optional, and the security, grant access permission to all pipelines. So you want to provide the all pipelines, you select this checkbox, or if you don't want the access to all pipelines, you do unchecks of this grant access permission to all pipelines. Now let's save this one. Now this Tomcat service connection for Azure Pipeline is the created. Okay, and if you want to add it, you can add it from here. And now the service connection is created. Now I will use the same service connections in our CI/CD pipelines to connect with the Tomcat server over the SSH.